Well, that was not what I was trying to do. I was trying to share the stream, the link to the stream, and for whatever reason, it shared a YouTube studio link. For some reason. Not quite sure why it did that, because I wanted to share the actual stream, not the page for managing the stream. There it goes. Man, YouTube's stream thing is just really broken. Unless I'm doing something wrong here. Share. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, somehow I screwed this up. This is what I'm supposed to share. I guess I screwed that up. This is what I paste in the Discords. Okay, that makes more sense. There we go. Okay, thank you, Rick, for fixing that in my server. Oh, and in the Alliance. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, I fixed it. Or I guess Rick fixed it. Thank you. I screwed up and I posted the wrong link. YouTube needs to make that more obvious. I normally get that right, but I just had a brain fart moment. I shared the page for the fart moment. YouTube Studio, not for the actual stream that you guys can see. So, sup, hey, hi, I'm getting a Mila C3. Oh, that's a good machine. I think C3, is that the version with the turbo nozzle? Because I know the C1 is the straight suction version. That's a really solid canister. I've been meaning to get a Mila for review. I will be getting a Mila U1 soon, just whenever I have the money, as well as a Panasonic. YouTube's new mobile layout is complete crap. I agree. I don't want to say too much because you know what they say, don't bite the hand that feeds you, but it's it has they have a lot of things to improve. At least they're finally starting to address the spam thing, although my channel's not big enough that I've ever really had much of an issue with spam, knock on wood. But yeah, so it's nice that they're finally addressing that for at least the bigger creators where it is a problem. I recently got a very early 2009 Bissell CleanView Helix A2H1. It's manufactured on 299th day of 2009. Nice. Good, good, good. Hey, you know how to enable virtualization for Gigabyte B460M? Let me think. So, if you look up the model number for your board, and you know what, I'll just look up that board real quick and see if I can't find that for you. Since you went through the trouble to come here in the chat, I'm going to, let's see, enable virtualization. So I'll just go ahead and look that up since I've got it here. Okay, I don't want to watch a video. Let's see. Okay, so what you want to do for your board, assuming, I believe that's an Intel board. So your board should have an option. So what you want to do is when your motherboard is starting up and it's on the Gigabyte screen, you want to mash the delete key so you can go into the BIOS. And so mash the delete key once we see that until you get into the BIOS. Just keep pressing it over and over again. And once it dumps you into the BIOS, you're going to want to select the option that says BIOS features. Again, I'm looking at this guide here, so hopefully this is accurate to your board. But you're going to select the option in the UEFI BIOS that says BIOS features. Scroll down to where it says Intel virtualization technology. And if yours is not enabled, it'll say disabled. So you want to select that, and you want to select enabled, and then save and exit. If you have an AMD CPU, you're going to want to select MIT, go to advanced frequency settings, and then advanced CPU core settings, and then SVM mode, and switch that from disabled to enabled. and again, F10 to save and exit. So, and if you have an Intel board, I would recommend right underneath where it says Intel Virtualization Technology, there's a section that says VT-D. I'd recommend enabling that as well. It should be enabled out of the box. Virtualization is more important, but the VTD also has something to do with virtualization on some boards. So for me personally, I just enable both of them. But the main thing is virtualization technology. I would try that first. So enable the Intel virtualization technology under BIOS features in the BIOS. Click F10 to save and exit. Go back to Windows, try to load up your VM, and it shouldn't give you that error anymore. It should be able to load up your VM. So let me know if that worked. Because according to what I just looked up, that is the way to do it. Yes, I have an Intel chip on the BIOS. I can't seem to find my virtualization. Okay, so you only have the VT-D option. You don't have the part that says Intel Virtualization Technology. No, it's the most common one. Okay. So here, let me switch to my screen share real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this. Where did I have this? Okay, so if we look at this screen, this is what this website provided. So where you see Gigabyte UEFI BIOS and you see BIOS features, there should be an option that says Intel Virtualization Technology. Right, it'll be right above VTD. So if you have this option, then enable this and then save and exit. If you don't have this option and you just have VTD, then go ahead and make sure that is enabled. So enable that, press F10, save and exit. If the VTD is already enabled and you don't see an option for Intel Virtualization Technology, then it very well could be a software issue. Are you trying to use it with VMware, or are you trying to use it with VirtualBox? That's going to be my main question. So are you using VMware? Are you trying to use VMware, VirtualBox, or something else? I'm on a 64-bit system too, which is weird. That's interesting. Okay. So, oh man, that looks nothing like my BIOS. Okay, I enabled it on VMware. Oh, well that sucks. This might be the wrong... Well, again, this was just a random tutorial that I found. But yeah, so in that case, what I would recommend is try to find the if there isn't a virtualization technology toggle, then first enable the VTD, and then make sure that your virtual machine software is up to date, and try it again after a couple reboots. Yeah, thank you for your help, man. I appreciate it. Did you get it? Did it work? Because I want to make sure you got it. I just want to make sure that you managed it, that you actually got it. So try to load up your VM after doing that. Save and exit. And let me know if you got it. No, it did not. I want to try and update my BIOS. Yeah, try that. You always want to make sure your BIOS is up to date anyways, so that's a good practice. Guess what the beach house I stayed in has? A central vac? Probably not. Dyson V6 Animal. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, interesting. What's up, Chance? Hello. It was my first time using their stick vac. Yeah. I know one time I was staying with one of my aunt and uncles and some cousins in an Airbnb. It was the first time I'd ever been in an Airbnb, and which, if you don't know, an Airbnb is Airbnb is basically like when someone rents out their house, but instead of for like a month at a time or a year at a time, it's for like a few nights at a time. In fact, that's exactly what it is. It's just like a super short rental of a house. So, uh, they had a Bissell Powerlifter Swivel Rewind Pet, which I didn't touch, and they had a Shark Navigator Lift Away NV3 Rev 2, NV3 Rev 1, I think, which I used that to clean the house. What Hoover? Hoover? Did I mention a Hoover? I don't remember mentioning a Hoover, or did I mention a Hoover? I don't know. What? The chat is glitching out really funnily. There's like these weird glitches. Oops, sorry. Oh, you're good. Let's see. Hey, I finally received my Animal 2 today. Oh, nice. How do you like it? Hey, the Animal 3 is definitely worth the upgrade if you're looking to upgrade, but the Animal 2 is still a great machine. If it works, if it plays nicely with your carpet, it's still a fantastic vacuum. My fiance's dying for some reason. I went to the car wash today and touchless washed a car today. Oh, like an automatic car wash? Nice. I personally prefer not to use those because I'm worried about the things scratching my car, and I prefer a manual car wash because then I do it myself, so I know that I get it. You still got your DC-15? No, I do not. I sold it, unfortunately. I kind of wish I didn't. I also just sold my DC-17 as well because both those vacuums are honestly just too heavy for me. So realistically, I wasn't going to use them much anyways, and if I'm not going to use it, there's not much point in keeping it in the collection. So I also just sold the Wind Tunnel Tempo today, although I haven't shipped it yet. I need to ship it tomorrow. I need to find a box for it, but someone bought it today on Facebook. And Marco still has to buy the 2 Elites, and then someone is buying a Kenmore canister that I'm editing the review right now for the Kenmore canister. I'm trying to do it with a little bit better of a production value, but it's taking up a lot of time doing it that way. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing reviews that way because it would mean that reviews wouldn't be able to happen as often. But I'll let you guys decide what you think about it whenever I upload it, either tomorrow or 2 days afterwards. Yes, the white one. Because if I don't get that review done by tomorrow, which I should be able to, then it'll go up tomorrow. And if I don't get that done tomorrow, I'm going to post vacuum save tomorrow. I was supposed to do a video today, obviously, but I decided to do this stream instead because obviously I missed it. Because I fell asleep at like 7 a.m. and I stayed up all night. And so I woke up at 5 p.m. So even if I had done a video real quick and uploaded it, it would have been done by like 7. And nobody would watch it. So I just figured I'd wait and put one tomorrow. So I broke the 2-day upload schedule, unfortunately. But I could have uploaded something. I have a couple videos queued up already. But I have one ranting about the DC-41. And then I have another one where I did half of the repair video of my Dirt Devil Envision. But I think I'm going to take that down. I'm going to edit both parts together instead of doing it in separate parts. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I did a video on completely refurbishing my Dirt Devil Envision. And both of the parts are like 20 to 30 minutes. Both the part where I strip it down and clean it and the part where I put it back together and test it. So, would you guys rather see that in just one big long video like I did with the Fury? Or do you just want to see it, or do you want me to upload the first part and then the second part sequentially? So it's just each part that's like 20-30 minutes. What would you rather see? The dark green one, right? Yeah, I only have one. So, actually, let me check and see how long the part 1 is. A long video. Okay, so a long video. Yeah, that'd probably make the most sense. Because it's not like the short video is short. It's still, it's still a long video, but I forgot the exact. Please do the full refurb. Okay. So all in one video, because I already recorded both parts. It's just my camera doesn't record for long enough to do it all in one part, so it automatically cut it up into 2 pieces. For some reason, my Note 9 will only record for like 38 minutes, and then it'll stop. So. How long is this? It's, oh yeah, it's 34. So it's a little under 35 minutes long for part 1. All in one video, yes. Okay, so I'll redo this then and edit both parts together. So, but yeah, so the only video I have uploaded that isn't live, that video on the Toy Dyson and the video on the Fury were both really old videos that I never got around to uploading. So I went ahead and uploaded those. And so that Toy Dyson I've had for like 6 months. Actually, no, like 3 months. So it just kind of sat for a while. So I finally put that up. And what else? So yeah, so if I don't get that Kenmore figured out today or tomorrow, then the video you'll see tomorrow will be vacuum saved. I think I have it done as far as edited. Because I think it all... Or no, this vacuum save was really short. I was very succinct with this one, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to find it right now. Let's see. Where is this video? This was also one that I recorded roughly like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So I've been sitting on this episode of Vacuum Save for a while because I wanted to space out some more uploads. I'm not seeing it though in my... That would suck if I had to redo it. But I'm not seeing it in here. Oh, here it is. It's only 23 minutes long. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and upload this right now, but I'm not going to set it live until tomorrow, since everyone keeps bothering me about it, which is understandable, because, you know, because I try to keep Vacuum Save to be one video every month, roughly, which is why, since I recorded it in June after I already did a Vacuum Save, I wanted to push it into July, but now we're farther enough into July. Most of these vacuums you've already seen to some degree on the channel. Actually, no, I don't think that's the case. I may have lied about that. Because I've shown the Mighty Might. Have I shown the Clean View 2? I don't know if I have. And then there's an Electrolux Discovery 2. There's a Hoover Dimension Supreme in a burgundy color. There's a gray Auric XL 9100, I think it's called. And then there's a Shark Rotator. Just a basic blue rotator. I can show this real quick if it's, you can see there's all of them right there. So a little bit of a sneak peek there. So yeah, I think you guys have convinced me. I think I'll just go ahead and do that Thursday, because I kind of want to upload it on Saturday, because Saturday is one of the best times for me to upload a video. So yeah, either way, the next two videos will be the Kenmore Progressive 116 review and the Vacuum Saved. So subscribe if you want to figure out which order they come out in and actually watch the videos. So I'm going to try to do the Kenmore review tomorrow and the Vacuum Saved on Saturday, but if I screw up the Kenmore review and don't get it done in time, then you'll see the save first. So that all depends. You'll see them in either order. And then after that, now, I can't plan my videos out that far in advance without getting the order a bit wrong, because I'll sometimes end up redoing it. So, and then obviously at some point afterwards, like, will be the video on the Envision, because I want to get that done. And then I'm going to do a video on this piece of junk. So, this little INZI stick vac that I got, because I've been really slacking on a lot of the budget stuff that I've been doing, which is understandable because realistically nobody's going to watch the video on this, but it's still interesting to me at least, and I still want to do a video on it, so I will. It's probably going to hurt me in the algorithm because nobody cares about this thing, but I still want to do a video on it because I think it's interesting. So basically within the next few, like, good amount of videos, again, these can be in any order, so the order is not, the sequence is not guaranteed. But what's on track for new videos on this channel is the INZI review. I'm going to start... Is that chord flat? Yes, actually. It's kind of like a flattened chord on the INZI. So I'm going to... So the Dirt Devil video on the NZ. I've now started daily driving the Shark Apex, so I'm finally getting that review done. I've been putting that review off for so long, and I'm gonna do the 0M version first because I'm gonna review them separately. Unless you guys think I should review both Apexes in one video, it's up to you guys. So because I have both the original Apex and the Apex 0M, so I have the old school Apex with no anti-tangle technology, and then I have the current Apex that does have the anti-tangle technology. I'm using the anti-tangle because just keeping the theme with anti-tangle vax, like after the Animal 3. So that's good. Now, I also need to. This isn't video wise, but this is just personally. I've been meaning to get my mother-in-law's 4870 fixed because the cord actually started splitting where it goes into the machine and showing copper, so it's not safe to use. I have the machine, I just haven't gotten around to shortening the cord on it because I can't find my crimp caps or my wire stripper, which is not good. So I feel bad because in the meantime she's using the Dirt Devil Power Express that I did a video on because she had the exact same vacuum, so she's familiar with it because she had both of them. So, and I already did give her a pack of HEPA bags for it, a full set of attachments because she was missing the dusting and upholstery tools, so I put those on there for her. And the HEPA filter is clogged, so I don't have a spare HEPA filter in stock right now. So if I don't have the cash to buy one by the time that that I give it back to her, then I'll just give her the one from my smart vac because the one from my smart vac is not that dirty. And obviously I see her all the time, so I could always change it later. So that's good. And I did check the bag. The bag is only a quarter full, so it still has plenty of space in it. So that is good. Let's see. Someone just asked me if I like my workhorse. I haven't used the workhorse in a while. My clear track. I need to rebuild the brush roller with new bearings. I saw a performance reviews video, his vacuum save video. It still pisses me off that people are using that. It shouldn't, theoretically, because it's not, like, I don't own it, obviously, but it's really annoying because it's like, I like having vacuum saved because I did it first, which means that the algorithm knows whenever it's my video and can actually push it to people who enjoy watching it. But now that everybody is copying the vacuum saved phrase, it's clearly messing up the algorithm, and now it's because vacuum saved is now used by all these videos that have nothing to do with vacuum saved or my channel. It's completely screwing up the algorithm. I mean, I don't have any hard evidence for this, but it's kind of common sense because my views on vacuum save happen to go down the second that people started using this on their channels. And Alex is not the only one who does it, so I'm not picking on Alex in particular. It's just really frustrating. But at the same time, I get it because that is technically what it is. So it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of annoying because I don't know necessarily if vacuum saved is doing poorly because I'm actually losing viewership, or if it's because the algorithm just isn't serving it because of the crazy influx of content with the exact same name and the exact same tags. So I don't know which of those issues it is. Obviously, if people weren't using vacuum saved for everything vacuum related on their channel that they do, then I would have the answer to that. I would know that vacuum save just isn't doing well because people aren't liking it. Because my like count is really good on those videos, and I'm still getting a good number of views. But to this day, the best performing video on my channel is the third Bissell edition of vacuum saved. I think it was episode 24. I don't know why that video in particular just shot up and everyone keeps watching it. I assume because Bissels are very popular, especially among children and younger viewers. And I've gotten this is one thing I love about this whole thing and why I still keep doing this, is that I will frequently get, like, I don't promote any of my social media on my YouTube channel, and that's for a reason. I personally like keeping that stuff separate. I like my YouTube being YouTube. I don't like you constantly pumping out video links and screenshots of my videos on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. And I don't have TikTok, and I never will. But I'll still have people reach out to me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and, you know, on Messenger, and be like, hey, you know, my kid loves watching your videos. They absolutely love it, and, you know, thank you so much for all the great stuff. And it makes my heart melt. It really does. It's just the sweetest thing ever, and, you know, I'm very happy about that. That's also why I generally try to keep my channel clean, at least the actual published videos. I'll let loose on the live stream a little bit, but I don't go crazy on it. But I've tried to stop cursing, which is, you know, it's fine. It shouldn't be a big deal because, let's be honest, like, come on, let's be honest here. Most of the parents that would be, like, really upset if I let one curse word through are the kind that usually curse like sailors in front of their children, and sometimes to their children. So I think that's probably why I haven't actually got any complaints on the videos where I do let out a curse once in a while, but I still make an effort not to, because it's usually not necessary. Because, in my opinion, if you curse all the time, then that kind of loses the emphasis of cursing, because cursing, the whole point of cursing is it's supposed to, like, add emotion and add seriousness to when you're actually trying to make a point. It's like, if I say this thing as an example, if I say that this is not a very good vacuum, it has a lot of design, build quality, and power issues, it just does not work as an effective cleaner, and I do not recommend it. That's not going to be as crystal clear as, this thing's a fucking piece of shit, don't buy it, it's trash. That makes a lot, that actually gets the point across a lot more if you're trying to make a point. And that's part of the reason why I did a review on the Dirt Devil Power Max Rewind Pet. And I scrapped it because I was angry. That machine is horrible. It is not at all worth the money. I always hate it whenever I will tell people that Bissell is better than Dirt Devil. And then usually people who are constantly selling people higher end machines like Central Vacs and Sebos and Milas and Lindhouse and stuff, they'll be like, well, it's all junk. I'm mainly picking on Alex right now, if I'm being honest. And they'll just be like, well, it doesn't matter because it's all junk. I'm like, well, no, shut up. It does matter. It's actually, there's a big difference here, because I know you may think that everybody needs to spend $800 on a vacuum, or at least $400, but not everybody can. Newsflash, we're in an economic recession. Gas is $5 a gallon. People are losing their jobs. Wages have not kept up with inflation. And inflation is getting out of control because of corporate greed, raising their prices, and using the excuse of COVID and the transportation shortage, supply shortage, and they're using that as an excuse to raise their prices and fuck over the entire working class. I mean, it's just how it is. So now is not the time for a lot of people to be able to afford a Sebo or a Mila, especially since their prices are going up. This is another reason why I've actually been more favorable to the Dyson Ball Animal 3, is because when you compare the base model Animal 3 to the base model Animal 2, sure, you lose the tangle-free turbine, but in a span of 5 years, because the Animal 2 came out in 2017, and the Animal 1 was the same price, the DC-41 Animal was the same price, all $500, they've gone down to $400. So Dyson has been lowering their prices. Even if you compare the Ball Animal 3 Extra to the base model Ball Animal 2, which is the more even comparison, sure, the price didn't go down, but the price didn't go up either. In some ways, it still did go down because the price stayed the same, and you get an extra attachment. So, like, I respect companies that aren't artificially raising their prices and that are not taking advantage of this. And to be fair to Dirt Devil, their prices haven't really gone up. And Bissell actually has raised their prices a little bit. But just because the Power Force, has gone from, $50 to 50, like, no, let me think. So the Power Force bagged, it went from $48.84 to $56. But that was like a few years ago. That was actually before COVID. And then now they went up to $60. So now that bagged Bissell, I think it's $58 or it's $59, or maybe it is $60. Because normally it's not actually $60, it's like $59.96 or something at Walmart. So what? The Bissell Power Force bagged went up $2 or $3. And it's still much better than the Dirt Devil. Because the Dirt Devil is still a piece of trash. Every Dirt Devil I reviewed, modern Dirt Devil, was crap. The Razor had a lot of potential, but there's no parts availability, and there's a lot of bad designs on it. It's just not built very well. And then the Dirt Devil Power Max series is way overpriced and way underpowered for what you get. It's the same price, if not more expensive, than the equivalent Bissells, yet the build quality isn't as good. The repairability isn't as good. There aren't any parts available. The warranty isn't as good because, sure, even if it is the same, year or two, you don't have any warranty if you lose your receipt. And it doesn't clean as well, which is the main point. It doesn't clean as well. It doesn't filter as well. It's not built as well. Parts are not as readily available. Why would you ever consider buying a Dirt Devil over a Bissell if you're at Walmart and you're buying a vacuum? It makes no sense. There just is not a practical reason to go for it. And if you want a bagged machine, well, then Dirt Devil's not up for consideration either. Same with Eureka. I haven't tried any of the modern Eurekas. I do plan on trying an Innova at some point, and I still plan on trying the Power Speed Turbo Spotlight, since I'm eventually going to get one from my local Home Depot, since they have a huge return policy, and I can return it after 180 days. But last I checked, I think they discontinued it. So I'll probably just end up trying the Innova. I'm probably not going to bother with any of the budget Eurekas. But again, no parts availability for those. So even if they clean as well as the Bissells, how are you going to keep the thing running? And I'm so sick of these people saying, well, it doesn't matter because it's a disposable vacuum, when those same people are trying to advocate in favor of vacuums being repairable. So why are you not congratulating companies that are actually making parts available? So, and granted, some of those people are, but they are also acting like it doesn't matter anyways. It's like, advocate for the change that you want to see. We want our vacuums to be repairable regardless of their price point. Sure, maybe the price is so low that it's not cost effective to fix, but the response is not to raise prices. The response is to lower the prices on the repair parts. A brush roll does not need to cost $30. A brush roller can easily cost $20. That's a prime example. Because if you buy a Bissell for $50 or $60, and the brush roller breaks, and the brush roller costs half the price of buying a new vacuum, what is your average consumer going to do? They're going to go buy a new vacuum and throw it away. And that's bad for the environment. That's just not acceptable. I don't respect any companies that make disposable bullshit anymore. And that includes the entirety of TTI, but especially Dirt Devil. And I'm even upset at Bissell because they have refused to do anything about my ProHeat 2X Revolution Pet Pro that the pump died on within warranty But they decided they're not going to honor the warranty because now they're deciding to copy the same bullshit that TTI is doing and say, well, you need your receipt. I'm like, it didn't say anywhere on the box that I had to keep my receipt. It did not. It said none of that. I can go back and look at the video. It did not say anything about me needing a receipt. And they're like, well, it doesn't matter. Because they don't want to say, well, you know, it was supposed to be like, you know, because they don't care. So I still need to call Bissell and figure that shit out because that's unacceptable. Because it's just unacceptable. There's no reason why a $200 machine, $300 machine actually, would only last, you know, 4 or 5 months. When I've only used the thing at most half a dozen times. So, that's ridiculous. Okay, so rant is over. I'm going to... The Black & Decker Air Swivel is not good, but they're better than the Dirt Devil. Hard disagree. The Black & Decker Air Swivel is the worst vacuum that you can buy. It's more expensive than the Bissells and the Dirt Devils. And it doesn't clean as well. The build quality is even worse than the Dirt Devils. There's no reason to buy that machine. Zero reason. Do not buy anything Black & Decker at this point. Other than a Dustbuster. If you want a classic Dustbuster, go Black & Decker. I still want to find my old blue Black & Decker convertible vacuum that I had. I forgot what the model number. It was like model number BD 5000 or something like that. It was like a dark blue. The handle was removable. I don't remember if it was cordless or not. I think it was corded. And it basically had a power head that you could pop the spine of the vacuum off and just use it as like a little power head. I think it had attachments too, but on mine that I had, you know, a decade and a half ago, they were missing. I really want to find one of those again. I loved that machine. I smashed it when I was like 9, and I regret it, honestly. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat. Have you ever had a Vision Wide Glide? Yes, I actually have one right now, I think. I know it's a Vision. I don't know if it's a Wide Glide, but I think it is. No, it was a self-serve car wash. Okay. I just can't pick up my Hoover anymore. The thing is a monster the weight it has. I hate Shark's customer service. Yeah, I did call Shark. They are sending me a new wand and hose for my rotator, the one you'll see in Vacuum Saved, because the parts are stuck together. So I can't use the hose on it, and the hose is taped up anyways, so that's fine. So I already washed it out and threw out the filters, but it's still, because of the smell that lingers in the hose and the wand, it still smells like wet dog. It's fucking nasty. No, it's the most common one. I released this little bit slow carpet. I do, let's see. White one, long video, full refurb. I don't make vids so much because I ran out of ideas. Felt that. I love it. It glides across my carpet sizing. I thought it was bogged down, to be honest. Bogged down. Updated and everything. Virtualization is still not pulling up. This is weird. Oh, damn. I can't wait to see a new Vacuum Saved episode. Yeah, I have an Intel i5 chip law, but thank you for trying to help. I would just say, look up your motherboard and try to find it. I guess, last resort, you could try contacting Gigabyte. Wait, was it Gigabyte? Yeah, try contacting Gigabyte and see if they can help you with it. I wish I could be more helpful, but it's hard to help without having the computer, the board in front of me and being able to go on the BIOS myself. But yeah, Dimension. I'm planning to drive around town to look at other car washes with more soap and functions. Okay. How is the Wind Tunnel 3 High Performance holding up? That thing's gone, but it did hold up very well. I don't know if you're referring to the red one that I had a year ago or the blue one that I just did a video on, but those both were holding up very well. I never sold them because I had a problem with them. I just sold them because I didn't need them. So I actually sold a girl both that Wind Tunnel and my brand new Power Force Helix Rewind Pet, whatever the fuck it is, the green one. I still have the non-pet version that I got as a gift brand new like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a gift, so I don't really want to get rid of it. I love the Animal too. It was so smooth on my carpet, to be honest, but I thought it would be so powerful that it doesn't move. Well, hey, if it works, then that's great. Yeah, enjoy your Animal 2. I still need to get an actual proper Animal 2. I have an Animal 1, technically, which there's no real reason to get an Animal 2 if you have an Animal 1 or a UP13, but I still want one. I was going to get a refurbished one because Dyson had a couple back in stock for $250, but they're out of stock now, last I checked. So yeah, no one has originality anymore. Yeah, and like I said, it's not. And look, I'll put out some ideas out there. Vacuums rescued. Um, vacuums. Okay, I can't think of much else other than that. But vacuums rescued, you could use that. Um, vacuums acquired. I know I use acquisition, but you could say acquired. Vacuums acquired. That doesn't sound very good, but you know what I mean. I'm sure there's. What are here? Let me look up some synonyms for save, for saved. Um, yeah. Oh, let's see, Brady Henderson. I'm watching you live. Mine needs that and a rebuild motor. Needs a brush roll and a motor. Brady, you can get one from WMJ. They still sell all the parts for ClearTrack and Workhorse. So any part that you need, get them. They are expensive, but remember, this is a $400 vacuum. So if you want to use your ClearTrack every day, then it's probably worth the investment. So yeah, I would definitely say get that fixed. TR's World of Vacuums message retracted. I mean, Dirt Devil is a devil after all. Yep. See, that's the real Vacuum Devil's Hellspawn. I know Alex says that Shark and Dyson are the Vacuum Devil's Hellspawn. Dirt Devil is literally the Vacuum Devil's Hellspawn. I mean, it's in the name. But of course, we don't want to see that because, of course, everyone wants to jack off TTI because they make 3 vacuums in Tennessee. So, oh, they're bringing back American jobs. I mean, look, that's great and all. I'm more American jobs. You know, I'm all for that. But you know, I'd like it if they maybe made more of their vacuums in America and not just, you know, 2 commercial machines that nobody ever buys. It'd be nice if they actually made more vacuums in the USA. You know what they should do? They should make all of them in the USA, or at least most of them. Or here's a wild idea: make the ones that you sell in the USA in USA, and then the ones that you sell in China, make them in China. That's a wild idea. Make it in the damn country that you're selling it in, so you don't have to worry about imports and tariffs and all this shit. That seems like a great idea. Why don't you do that? Oh wait, no, that'd make too much sense. Like, come on, put some fucking WD-40 on that Rust Belt and get those jobs back up. Tear down those old fucking abandoned factories, build a new facility, and start making Hoovers in Flint. Start making Bissel's in Grand Rapids. Bissell's literally headquartered in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Why is Bissell? Because everyone says, "Oh, you're a Bissell fanboy." No, Bissell. You used to make your vacuums in Korea, mainly because they're made by Samsung. But still, like, why is your shit made in China? Make the Bissel's sold in the U.S. in Grand Rapids. Or, you know, in a suburb of Grand Rapids, like not too far away. Or maybe in Flint. Maybe just somewhere in Michigan. I mean, Michigan needs the jobs. They need the jobs. There's a lot of people in Michigan and the rest of the Rust Belt who really would like to be able to go back to their factory jobs. And I'd kind of rather them be making vacuums than something a lot more dangerous anyways. I mean, it's not my decision, but, you know, give them that opportunity. Like, you can't tell me that if Bissell said, we're going to open a new plant, you know, just south of Grand Rapids, where we're going to make, you know, 3,000 vacuums a day. I don't know what kind of goal they'd make for how many they'd want to make in a day, or in a week, or in a year, or whatever. But, like, even if you want to start it at a smaller scale, you know, get the ball rolling, and then as time goes on, as the employees get more efficient, make more stuff, like, this is obvious. It's ridiculous to me that these companies won't do that. It's obvious that they're like, well, we have cheap labor that we can get in China, and, you know, and Dyson's the same way. You know, they're the ones, they were building everything in Malmesbury, UK, and now they're in Malaysia, and hey, look, Dyson, the vacuums are great. The Ball Animal 3 is a great vacuum, but you guys need to address that issue in Malaysia. You know, there's people accusing Dyson of basically slave labor in Malaysia. That's not good. Not even close. I mean, obviously, I think most people would agree that underpaid forced labor is a bad thing. I would hope that we could all agree on that, regardless of it being a political topic. So it's like, so many of these companies have so many skeletons in their closet. Hell, I remember when Riccar and Simplicity, I remember growing up in Kansas City and these vacuums being the pride of Missouri. Like, whatever, like, and then now they're made in China now. At least a good chunk of them are, if not all of them. No, yeah, I think they're all made in China now, other than maybe one or two, because Riccar, because I got an argument with Alex over this. I'm like, Riccar does not advertise that they're made in the USA anymore. They don't. Probably because they're not. So, you know, they're like, well, TTI doesn't claim they're made in the USA, and I'm like, neither does Riccar. I mean, the only time they advertise that is when you're looking at a dealer that hasn't thrown away old shit, because they're not made in the USA. Or correct. Okay, so Rick just corrected me. So they're built in the USA with globally outsourced components. Yeah. Which, honestly, isn't that what TTI does anyways with the few Hoovers? And I know they make a good amount of Oryx in the USA now, because I think the Cookeville and New Orleans plants are still open, aren't they? Or no, I think the Cookeville one is, because I think, didn't the New Orleans plants get hit with Katrina? I think it's been a while since the New Orleans plant was open, but I could be wrong about that. I don't feel like looking it up. So, yeah, I mean, more vacuums made in the States. I'm all happy about that. And in Dyson's case, more vacuums made in the UK. Because I get if they don't want to make them in the States, because, you know, UK is their pride. So go back to making them in the UK. Or maybe have a plant in the US, a plant in the UK, and then, you know, the extra shit in Malaysia. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it makes sense from their perspective because it's cheaper. And at the end of the day, you want to save money as a company. If you're a for-profit business, that's what you want to do. You know, humanitarian rights and supporting your local communities be damned. That's just how it is, unfortunately. So, and Kirby doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't remember whether or not Kirby's in America, but it doesn't matter because nobody should buy a Kirby anyways. Because Kirby's are fucking scams. So, yeah. Let's see. What did I miss? FV5000. I remember wanting one when I was a kid. Yeah, the Black & Decker. The day of quality. What did I miss? Jesus. God. Do you like the year 2010? No comment. Shark hasn't changed much with prices. They're not too bad. They actually have like a speed powered lift away with anti-hair wrap technology at Walmart right now for just over $150. I'm gonna get one and try it. And the Vertex, I think, is down to like $370 or $360 right now. So I'm going to try one of those too at some point. I'm going to try to get one as soon as I can because I have a feeling they're going to be discontinued in favor of the Stratos, but I'm not sure. Because I've talked to Dylan, I've talked to a few other people, mostly Dylan, because I actually talked to him in depth about it, about his Vertex. And like, hey, you know, how do you like this thing? Because he swears by it. He's like, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I fucking love it. And he says that it's lighter weight in the Apex because I just tried to push my Apex on my carpet and I can't fucking do it. My back is still hurting. And I didn't even actually vacuum the whole living room. Like, it's unusable. Whereas my Dyson, I have no problems with the Dyson. As long as I have the gate over on the high carpet setting, it's great. And even with it in the middle and it gripping down on the carpet, it's still easier to use in the Apex. So we'll see how those other Sharks work. I'm going to sell that piece of crap red rotator because I fucking hate it. And then I'm going to review both the Apexes as well. So I'm going to try to do a bunch of Shark videos because Shark videos get a lot of views. And because I want to try them anyways. Let's see. Might spend lots of money on those different car washes, but it's worth the soap and more functions. You have actually saved a lot of vacs, some of which were in perfect working order. Yeah, that's true. Because vacuum saved... It's supposed to be more so for like curb fines versus actual thrift store fines, but it still applies because since my friend is doing his own thing now and doesn't have the time to grab vacuums off the curb, then it sucks because now my fiance is going to be getting a new car soon and I'll actually have my car back, which means I'll be able to actually drive around during the day before trash day and try to pick up vacuums off the curb. I can't imagine how many vacuums have been thrown away because I missed them, and they were even in my town and ones that I wanted. So that really makes me sad. But it's kind of nice in some ways because it means that all the cheap junk I can just avoid. Because if I've already done a video on a Bissell Power Force, you know, like a modern one, I don't need to do another video on it. Although I may redo some of those really old reviews that I did. I know I'm gonna redo the DC-14 review. That's the first one I ever did. And I'm gonna do a review on all the new shit that I've gotten. But yeah, let's see. I curse like a fucking sailor. Yep, that's true. Curse like a fucking sailor. I bit my lip really bad, so I've got like not a cold sore, what is it called, a canker sore? Like right here on the inside of my lip, and my teeth keep scraping on it, and it's fucking painful. Because the problem is that my teeth are really fucked up. Like, I have a really bad crossbite. Like, you can see there's a huge gap right there. There's a huge gap right here. Like, I can't smile correctly. That's why if you notice whenever I smile, I'll smile without showing my teeth. And that's why. And because these bottom teeth are so sharp, and this one's like off at a weird angle, so the edge of this gets caught on my lip, and I bite it really hard without even trying. And then there we go. I'm in pain for 3 weeks. It's really frustrating, but I can't afford the surgery because I would require major reconstructive jaw surgery, and I can't afford that. So it is what it is. This country has a fucking bullshit healthcare system, and that's all that I'm gonna say about that. I need to move to fucking Canada, but the vacuum selection in Canada is trash, if I'm being honest. No offense to Canadians. One thing that's cool about Canada is that they do have central vacuums are a lot more popular in Canada from what I can tell, which is interesting. So, let's see. Yeah, I've been noticing that on Bissell's, but they're still good budget vacuums. I agree. I don't want to ship vacuums out. I will either sell them locally or give them to the vacuum store I work at, and my boss can sell them, but I lose 30% on a sale that way, but I have to get rid of some. Which ones are you selling, Tech Man? I know you said you're not going to ship, but is there a way? If you have something I want, is there a way I could... I don't know if you even have anything I want, so I guess, you know, I guess if you don't, let's see. I'm getting 4 Dyson vacuums. Total Clean. When you say Total Clean, is that the yellow one that I have? The UP13? 4140 and a Ball Animal Pro. I think it's called a silver. I was going to get one of those Ball Animal Pros. Or wait, no, you're Vacuum Geek, so you probably posted my server anyways, because I might buy 1 or 2 of those. Might. I don't know. I'm on a real Dyson kick recently. I have over 40 plus vacuums. I don't need 40 plus vacuums anymore. Hey, that's fair. If you're tired of the Black & Decker vacuums, you'll have a similar experience with Eureka. Yeah, because they're both made by Medea. I mean, Medea is capable of making good stuff. This Medea air conditioner works really well. I haven't had any issues with it. So maybe I'd like the Eureka vacuums, because I mean the AC works really well. It's got a remote. It works. I don't know much about air conditioners, but it does the trick. I think I've shown this remote before, but it's pretty simple. It's got some dirt on it. It's cleaned. But yeah, let's see. I remembered wanting one when I was a child. I don't have any interest in any of the new Bissells because their designs are terrible. The old 3522s are the ones I'll only get, because they're better in all regards. Yeah, I see you post stuff in the Facebook groups all the time. But yeah. Let's see. Have you heard of the new Shark Stratos? Of course I've heard of it. I actually tried to... I reached out to Shark and I requested a review sample of the Stratos, but they refused to give one to me. They were basically, but they didn't say that. At least they responded, but they basically said, "Oh, here's a thing where you can apply to be a sponsor." And I was like, "Well, I'm not interested in being a sponsor. I just want to review the machine." And then they ghosted after that, and I was like, "Okay." But to give Shark credit, at least they responded. Dyson didn't respond when I requested to review the Animal 3. That's why I bought it. Eureka didn't respond to the request to review the Innova. And AirSign didn't respond to my request to review their new canister. And wait, did I actually send the email to AirSign? I don't know if I actually did, so don't quote me on that. I might have forgotten to actually send the email. And then I've been planning on reaching out to Bissell to review the Surface Sense, but I forgot to do that as well. I'm very bad at writing emails, in case you can't tell. I also reached out to DreamTech and Honiture to try to get some parts for my stick vacs, but DreamTech didn't respond at all, so I had to buy some overpriced power supply on eBay for $30 fucking dollars. And then DreamTech doesn't even have all the parts available that I'm missing, and the ones that they do are obscenely expensive. Like, a wall dock should not be $45. Like, that's just fucking stupid. And, yeah, so it would have cost to replace all the parts that I'm missing for the DreamTech that got damaged in the flood and that my roommates threw away because they're fucking stupid. All of those parts would cost literally about as much as buying a refurbished or a used Dyson. So which sucks because I love the DreamTech. I really do love the T30. It's a fantastic machine and I really like it. I've been meaning to do the review on it, but I've been waiting on trying to get those parts, and now knowing that I have to spend that much money on it, even though, I mean, I get it, warranty is not going to cover something that you lose, but it's just frustrating. So once I review it, I don't know what I'm going to do with the thing. I guess I'll just keep it and just use it as like just a basic carpet machine, but I can't even mount it anywhere unless I buy the mount. I might buy the mount, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, because I do still really like the DreamTech T30. It's my favorite cordless vacuum that I've ever used. Oh, Jesus. But still, So we'll see what happens with that. I really am contemplating. I'm eventually just going to get the new V8 that came out. But in the meantime, Dyson has like a brand new V6 Fluffy on their store for like, I think it's like $260. So I might get that at some point. Let's see. I want a 3522 so badly. I'm gonna be selling my 3522-1, but I don't remember if someone has claimed that or not. Honestly, I don't care. I'll still probably sell it, just whoever gets it first, because so as far as vacuums I'm gonna be selling, but I'm not gonna sell right now because I need to get more boxes. I have plenty of bubble wrap. I have some packing tape. I need to get more boxes to ship stuff in. But I will eventually sell the 3522-1, both of my 6594s, -Ws, possibly my blue 6594, but probably not. I'll probably keep that one because I already put so much effort into keeping it working, so I'll probably keep that. But both the black ones I'm going to sell. And I'm going to sell... what else? I'm going to sell one, if not both, of my Eureka Bravos. Rick Hoover, at some point, again, no rush, I don't have boxes anyways, but at some point getting the green Kenmore canister, I think the Power Max 2, and I think the wind tunnel. I don't remember. I could be wrong about that. But either way, there's a couple elites I'll probably sell. There's... like I said, I'll probably sell both my Bravos, but I'm at least going to sell the Boss Light. I might keep the Bravo too. And then I'm selling my blue Eureka F&G. I'm selling... I just need to do a fucking video on all the vacuums I'm selling. You know what? That would probably make a lot more sense. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. But I'll wait to do that until I actually have like a big stack of boxes that I can use. So that way if people want it, I can just bam, sell it and get it out immediately. Vacuums and Carpet Cleaner Guy will be buying 2 elites at some point. I have them boxed up and ready to go, just waiting on him to get those. And then I sold the Dyson DC07 All Floors to Dylan, but OfferUp is refusing to pay me. So I'm not using OfferUp anymore. OfferUp can go fuck themselves, because they're refusing to give me my money, and they're not giving me any other way. Like, they're not even giving me the option, because Dylan has the vacuum. So if normally OfferUp is supposed to give you an option where you can refund the buyer manually, but they don't give me that option either. So I can't even just refund him and then have him Venmo me the money or something instead. Like, they're literally just keeping my money. And I honestly didn't even want to sell that Dyson, but I had already agreed to sell it to him, and, I don't really... The fact is that I don't need it. I have 3 other DC-07s, so it's not a big deal. So, if anything, it's good that I sold it, because... Oh, well, okay. Because it's one less thing taking up space. But regardless, you know... Had I known this was going to happen, I would have just said, fuck it, and just sold it to someone locally for $60 and been done with it. Because it's a Dyson, someone would easily get it. So, and I am selling my DC-65, although the lower hose is ripped. My DC-41, the lower hose, or not, it's not ripped, but the clip is broken. So you can replace, so I still am trying to figure out if I can buy that piece and just take the clip off of it and replace it. I don't know if I can. And I don't want to spend $30 on a part and not be able to use it. So, I mean, theoretically, I could replace it the right way, but I'd have to replace so many screws. It'd be such a pain in the ass. You know what? Maybe I should just fucking do it. When you sell the 6594-W and you get more boxes, please let me know. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to remember to let you know specifically, but you'll know when I'm selling it and you can buy it. I'm sorry, and I have 2 of them, so... I have 2 -Ws. One of them is stock, and then the other one has a square base on it. I want the DC-07 original. I don't have that anymore. I sold that, and honestly, I wish I didn't sell it because I should have kept it and bought a clutchless base and transferred it to a carpet model. But yeah. Let's see. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Okay, I just got dumped way forward in the chat. What did I just miss? Jesus Christ. Wow, I'm really far back. I love Shark. I've gotten 2 free vertexes. How did you get 2 free vertexes? Maybe I should ask them for a vertex, but I don't know if they sell the vertex anymore. Maybe they'll give me a vertex since it's old. You had the green Dirt Devil Express before? Yeah, I still have it actually. I literally haven't done anything with it. It's still brand new. New Power Forces are pretty good. I'm slouching way too much. I need to sit up straight. I'm hurting my back. I tried a newer bag Power Force at the vacuum store that got traded in because it was a present and the owner hated it and it was new. Oh, I mean, they're not bad, but if you have something, it's the kind of thing where if you have something better, you know, it's kind of superfluous. The new bag Power Forces have less suction, a smaller motor, and cheaper build quality. That's true. But I mean, I still like the new ones. I just feel like the motors are too whiny in them. I still have my power lifter. My brand new Power Force I gave to my dad, along with my V7. Kind of wish I didn't do that, but I'm going to get the new V8 anyways, so. And that's a great machine for him, the V7. He uses it all the time. It's perfect for bite-sized cleans in between cleaning the house. Or his, I don't know if it's a house or, no, it's a house. Yeah, it's just got another house built on top of it, basically. So it's like a sideways duplex. Like an up, something like that. Jesus. Let's see. I would rather use my 3522 Power Force over a new one, or maybe the commercial model of the vacuum. Yeah, the Sanitaire SL4110A is a really good machine. I like the Big Green too. So the Big Green is what I would use if I was still cleaning commercially, but I don't do that anymore. Not because of COVID. I don't care about COVID anymore. It's just that, well, I have nowhere to. There haven't been any jobs like that recently. Do you like the Power Force Helix Turbo 2190? It's okay, yeah. I haven't used one in a while, but they're okay. I don't even want to part with my Bissell vacuums or my new 6579-2, but it's getting to the point where I don't need them. Yeah. And my 6579-2 still runs great. I mean, if you wanted to sell those Bissells, I'd offer to buy them off you, but I know you're not offering shipping. But if you change your mind, or, you know, you're open to it if I pay for it, then I'd be interested in getting one, if not both of those. Because I do want to have an original 3522. I do have a 6579-2 though, so I probably don't need another one. Let's see. Well, I found mine at an auction. That's why it's fucked up. I have a Kirby Centuria and Electrolux Diamond Jubilee. What more do I need for vacuums? Hey, you got a point. That pretty much is the holy duel of, you know, well-built machines. Although I'm not a fan of my Kirby, but I do still like having at least a Kirby. I want a 3522 so badly. I look at Goodwill and never find them. I don't know where to look anymore. Well, like I said, I have one that I'll be selling. It's a -1, but it's the same thing. The only reason I'm selling is because it makes like a weird creaky noise when I used it, but it works just fine. There's no actual problems with it. My 3523 took a shit and the foot pedal decided to break. You can replace those pretty easily. Oh, actually not. They're a little tricky, but you can replace them. I don't remember if you can still find them in black, though. Last I checked, the ones that I always find are yellow. For the commercial. If you lived in my state, maybe I'd think about selling my 3522 to you, being I am a hoarder. I can hardly part with anything. Yeah, I get that. That's why it's hard for... Every time I sell a vacuum, I'm like, maybe I should keep this. And I'm like, literally, this is the last time I've touched it since I got it. Like, I should just sell it. That's how I am with most of my vacuums. Tacony changed hands. Oh, interesting. From Texas. I think Techman... I forgot where he is. Is he Ohio? Or Nebraska? I forgot, honestly. I don't even remember. Yes, the New Orleans plant got destroyed. Jesus. Wow, I'm really far back in the chat, aren't I? Are you going to sell the Elite Rewind? Oh, to you. Okay, that wasn't addressed to me. So rare to see a vacuum commercial on TV. That's true. I can't remember the last time I've seen one. If I do, it's usually a Shark. Sometimes a Dyson. Even if I don't make my vacuums anymore, not ending my channel. Yeah, I don't like it whenever people are like, oh, I'm not posting any more videos, so I'm going to delete my channel. Like, why wouldn't you just leave it up? I get if you don't want to make any more content, but just leave it up and let people enjoy it. You know? Why not? I don't really see the point in actually deleting a channel. I'd understand if you want to delete a video or two. Maybe if you have an old video you don't like. I've done that before. But don't delete the whole channel. So I have the Vertex and the Rotator Speed 0M. Yeah, I think that one, the last one you mentioned, I think that's the one that I'm going to get. Face the power of the Bissell Power Force. I got an Ion Flex Dual Clean. I got my Dyson V6 Origin. My grandmother gave it to me. It still works, and my grandma found it in the garbage. Nice. Bro, a $3,000 vacuum cleaner, really? What a feeling, Toyota. I got a Mustang. I found a wind tunnel with no hose, a clogged bag, and broken belts. Then I repaired it, and now it's working again like it's brand new. I found a Hoover M-Power off the side of the road. All I needed was a belt and a good cleaning, and the motor sounds perfect. I actually have an M-Power, but the motor sounds like shit. I've been meaning to rebuild it, but it was sitting in the basement, and all my basement vacuums got flooded because my basement flooded because there's no sump pump. And so yeah, all those are busted, including my Steam Vac Wide Path, which really sucks because I'd love to use that now that my Pro Heat is busted. Oh well. Most of my vacuums in my latest videos I still have. Yeah, your 14 broken Dyson DC07s. No, not the Vision. I might get rid of that vacuum too. You have a Vision? When did Hart get the idea of the vacuums? The Hart is owned by TTI. I really like to get under 2015 vacuums, maybe less. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Well, it's going to be hard parting ways with a lot of them being a hoarder, but if I ever want to move on with my life in general, I have to do it. If I ever get an apartment, I can't take the vacuums to me except for one or two. Yeah, that's understandable. And that would be my Diamond Jubilee and my Kirby Centuria that I bought for $100 in 2018. I saw a Power Force bagless with the tools in perfect condition but dusty, but the freaking cord was chopped off. Yeah, the tweakers get to it. Just put a new cord on it. Yeah, because scrappers will chop off the cord for copper. When I saw your new Hart vac, I thought it was just a rebranded Hoover. That is what it is. Because Hart's owned by TTI. It's time for me to get to bed. Good night. Good night, Tech Man. I feel bad because obviously you're probably gone now to actually see the good night message since this is far back, but still, good night. Power Max 2 Black Twin Wind Tunnel, yes. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. What Hoover should you suggest I can get that cleans up on hard carpets, hard floors, carpets, and for pets? I'd say the Tempo, but the problem is I think the Tempo is getting discontinued. And the newer version that it replaced is does not have a brush roller shut off, which is so stupid. I haven't even bothered to review that new Hoover Tempo without the brush roll shut off, because what's the point? At that point, just get a Bissell. In the 2007 Model Express, the lime green. I don't know. 2 free Vertex. My brother-in-law wants me to fix his shark this way, but I can't because they don't sell parts for sharks, so I just bought the cheapest for $50 at Walmart. How I got it, I wish I had 2 not very good sharks, and they kept finding them in the trash, and they offered free 5-year warranty, so I just kept getting sharks after sharks. Hey, well, if you want to sell one of those for cheap, I'd buy one. So I'd like a Vertex. Well, then again, I'll probably get one from the store so I can at least return it if I hate it. Can I see Ruby? Let's see. Ruby. Ruby. Ruby, come on. Come here. Come on. Here you go. Now I'm gonna steal you for a bit. You've been wanted. Hi, baby. Hi, baby girl. I don't know if you can see her. Maybe a little bit. I should probably sit over here. Let's see. R.I.P. Steam Vac. I won't delete my channel even if I stop making vacuum videos. Yeah, nice. Because I do legitimately enjoy watching your videos. Obviously, you don't have to make more if you don't want to, but it'd be cool if you did. But hey, it's up to you, man. Not everyone wants to be a YouTuber forever, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yes, here is the sausage. Lovely sausage. I don't know if you can you see the sausage? Let's see. Let me check OBS and make sure she's there. There she is. You can also see my fiance, who refuses to throw away all of his soda cans. Hi, sausage. Oh, are you done? You want to leave? You're in here for like 2 minutes, if that. Hi, baby. Oh, I'm not a bridge. You can't walk to. Okay, fine. Fine, you can leave. Bye-bye. She's a good girl. Speaking of corgis, I got this lovely corgi. Why is it wet? Oh, I thought it was wet. It's just cold. Here's this lovely corgi blanket. I got this at Big Lots. Was it Big Lots or Walmart? I can't remember. I got this for like $9. I look like one of those, that really creepy show that it's supposed to be like geared towards babies, with like all the big, like colorful people. I forgot what it's called. I don't know what they're called, but they're really creepy, and they have the heads that go in like that. I hate that show so much. But that's what I look like. Booba. Oh, I forget they're actually called Booba. See, because that's what I thought they were called, but I was like, there's no way they called it Booba. No, not Teletubbies. Yeah, so they are called Booba. That's so weird. So I look like a Booba. Booba. Anyways, let's see. That one episode of Vacuum State with a Dyson burnout. Yeah. It wasn't really a burnout. I think it just didn't turn on. Do you still get mad when you see cut cords on vacuums? Yeah, it's still annoying, but since I'm not getting stuff off the curb very often anyways, then I'm not really having that problem because I'm not picking up those vacuums in the first place. The Hoover Steam Vacs had a long run before they're discontinued. Yeah. Ain't you getting a reaction D2? I'm trying to, but the person who said they were going to sell it to me is now like, no, I'm not going to sell it. And I'm like, I'm literally holding a vacuum for you so I could get that one, so we could do a trade. Because I did not want to hold on to this vacuum. I held on to you so I could get that reaction. They're like, They're like, I might. And I'm like, you're supposed to. That's kind of how this is supposed to work. So I'm like, because if you don't want this Bissell, I'm going to throw it in the fucking trash. It's like, I didn't hold on to this thing. You know, I'm just glad I hadn't wasted the time on refurbing it yet, because if I had already gone through all the effort of refurbishing it, and only to find out that they're not, you know, that it's just going to go in the trash anyways, then, yeah, I'd be really annoyed. Be like, well, this other person, you know, said they want it. I'm like, yeah, well, that other person is also not very reliable when it comes to buying vacuums. So, oh well. That's what's really annoying about, you know, just, I don't know, just people in general. That show was just LSD for kids. Yeah, basically. Which is supposed to be. It's supposed to, like, you know, it's supposed to, like, stimulate your baby's brains because of all the bright colors and the weird noises. You know, it's just how it is. I got an iPhone XR for my birthday on Saturday. Oh, that's nice. I have a Note 9. Let's see. How is Boot? Boot is very well. She just had babies. So we have 4 little tiny potatoes. So she just had them like maybe a week and a half ago. So they're still incredibly tiny. They're like that big. They're like that big, each of them. And did you name them? Okay, well, we're planning on rehoming all of them because we don't have we don't need that many kittens, and we already have homes lined up for at least 3 of them. So we might keep one. But I was like, we are not gonna name these unless we've determined that we're gonna keep one of them. We're not gonna name all of them no matter what, because the last thing you want is to name something that you're trying to rehome, because then when you name something, you get attached to it. So, and also another vacuum state video when the singer caught fire. Yes. What shark vacuum you prefer? Whoa, what do you prefer, Shark Ninja or Europro? I guess Shark Ninja? They're the same thing. Potatoes, yes. Potatoes. Chicken nuggets or pizza? It depends on my mood, honestly. Usually pizza. That's kind of the go-to, because you can put chicken on pizza, but you can't put pizza on a chicken nugget. Honestly, yeah, you can just have both. You just put chicken nuggets on pizza. Nothing stopping you from doing that. This is a free country. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You can put pineapple on pizza if you want. It's actually pretty good. For a while, believe it or not, my go-to pizza, not gonna believe this, but my go-to pizza for the longest of time, whenever I was ordering my own pizza, is I'd get it with pineapple, sausage, and black olives. Not even kidding. And usually I'd add chicken too, depending on if I was in the mood to have more than one meat. Well, I'm tired. Good night. Alright, good night. I'll probably stop streaming at around 1, give or take. Possibly sooner. But I need to stay up anyways, because I need to pick up my roommate from a friend's house at like 4 a.m. So I need to stay awake. So even whenever this stream ends, I'll probably record another video to try to keep myself awake. But we'll see how that goes. So, yep. I just found out today that I actually have 2 hairlines. I did not know it was possible for someone to have 2 hairlines, but I have 2. I have one on each side of my head, and I don't really know how I can show it because my hair is kind of all over the place. Because it also looks like my hairline is down the middle of my head, which it really isn't. It's actually, maybe I have 3. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to have. Apparently, I was told it was possible to have more than one hairline. I'm not sure which one is the accurate one. Logic tells me it's right down the middle, but that also could just be the way my hair is right now. I don't have a local Pizza Hut anywhere anymore. Yeah, I miss the old school Pizza Hut. But now that Pizza Hut has gotten rid of the old style Pizza Huts, and now that their pizza has gotten worse and Domino's pizzas have gotten better, there's just no real reason to go to Pizza Hut anymore. Not much, anyways. They're not bad. You know, it's not like... It's not like, you know, if I had the option between Domino's and Pizza Hut and Pizza Hut was ordered, I wouldn't be like, oh. Because they're still kind of close, but Domino's wins every time. Domino's has gotten so better. Papa John's is okay, but Papa John's has gotten better too, actually. Little Caesars is crap, but it's super cheap, so I mean that's what you get it for. Little Caesars pizza tastes like cardboard, but you basically pay the same price as you would for cardboard, and it's edible. So there you go. I've been strictly getting Domino's. Yeah, Domino's, in my opinion, is the chain to go to. Now, obviously, you always want to go to a local place if you can. So, I have a local place. I have a few local places. And, of course, everyone's like, Chicago style? I'm like, no, I'm in central Illinois. Nothing to do with Chicago. I've never had Chicago-style pizza, although I do plan on going to Chicago at some point. I find it funny that I've been to every single part of the state of Illinois except for Chicago. I've been to northern Illinois by the Quad Cities. I've been throughout the entirety of central Illinois, throughout the entirety of southern Illinois, but I have not been up northeast where Chicago is. Which is funny. New York style is the best. I haven't had that either. I've never been to New York. I've never been to Old York either. Never been to any York. Honestly, I haven't been to that many states in general. Because my dad says that I've been to California, but I don't remember going at all. So I don't think I've been to California. Although I will probably at some point visit my brother in San Diego. And because I have a vacuum friend that lives there as well. I don't think he's watching this, but, you know, another reason to go to San Diego. So I've never been there. The only states that I've been to Missouri, Kansas, obviously, Illinois, obviously, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee. Well, I guess from the Florida trip, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. But that's about it. Oh, I've been to Louisiana. I don't know if I've been to Arkansas, because theoretically I should have been to Arkansas before. Because how else am I going to drive from Missouri to Louisiana? But it's possible, and I don't know if our drive to New Orleans took us through Mississippi. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But I have been to Louisiana. New Orleans is very nice. I love New Orleans, but it's been a while since I've gone. Oh, speaking of Culver's, I had Culver's for the first time like a month ago. Not a month ago, a couple weeks ago. Oh my god, it's so good. It is so good. I was very happy with it. It wasn't that expensive. Really good. Yeah. It's funny because the guy who owns that place was actually like a candidate for, was it Senate or governor? I forgot. I think it was Senate. They were a Senate candidate. Because this was before the local primary election happened. So they didn't win, surprisingly. And Culver's is so good. Now, okay, so I guess we'll jump from states and get on to the topic of what restaurants I've had as far as chains. I've had Burger King, although where I live we have the original Burger King, and that's better than anything else, although it is very greasy. We've got... So I've had Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's, Little Caesars. I mentioned Culver's. I've never had In-N-Out. I've never had Zaxby's. I've never had Whataburger. What else? Never had Jack in the Box. Yeah, never had Jack in the Box. Bojangles. Never had Bojangles, I don't think. There were a lot of... I know there was some chicken restaurant that was advertised all over the place when I was in Georgia. Was it Zaxby's? I think it might have been Zaxby's. Or maybe Bojangles. It might have been both, actually. I don't remember. But I haven't had either. There's a lot of places I haven't been to. Churches. Yeah, I've been to churches. I've been to all three of the chicken restaurants. I've been to KFC, been to churches, been to Popeyes. But it's been a long time since I've been to any of them. I have because there's no Popeyes or churches near me. And a few years ago, I was actually punched in the face by a manager at our local KFC, so I stopped going to KFC after that. Everyone's like, oh, but that guy's not there anymore. And I'm like, I get that. I just haven't had a reason to go since then. Although I do want to go at some point to try that new Mountain Dew they have. They've got the Sweet Lightning. I want to try that. So I'll probably get one of the bowls, the KFC bowls. Those are pretty good. I just love the idea of just chucking a bunch of shit into a bowl and eating it. Oop, hit my pop filter. So I love that. I tried one of the Power Bowls from Taco Bell a few days ago. Actually, like a month ago. Not a month, 3 weeks ago. I'm really bad with time. And it's good. It's a good amount of food for not a lot of money. And it's obviously much healthier because there's not that flour tortilla. So pretty solid. All my churches got replaced by Popeyes. Yeah. Got the chicken later melt with onion rings. And a Sprite is a good combination. Yeah. What about DQ? I've had Dairy Queen, but I don't go there very often. But I have had it. Juicy Crab. I've never heard of it. I don't think I've ever been to Orange Julius. I don't think. I could be wrong about that. What else? There's a lot of places I haven't been to. I'm from the ATL. From the ATL. What is that? Is that Atlanta? I traveled to Florida, Cali, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, and Missouri. Yeah, I grew up in Missouri. I grew up in Kansas City. Or just slightly east of Kansas City. Or west? I forget which direction's which. Yeah, east. I was right about that. So, I know Missouri like the back of my hand. Look, people may disagree, but Missouri has the best barbecue. I don't know of any. I have yet to find any place that has better barbecue than Kansas City. El Pollo Loco. I've never heard of that place. So, obviously, I've never been there. I've been to all, like, the local places. Not all of them, most of them. But yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, I remember driving through there to drive to Florida, and I made the mistake of driving through Atlanta during, like, mid-afternoon. Ooh, I'm not making that mistake again. Thankfully, whenever we were leaving, we left at, like, 6 a.m., and it wasn't too bad. So, you can tell whenever there's like the amount of cars on that road that are designed to have been on that road, because, you know, the highway was constructed back before Atlanta was a huge city, and now because the Atlanta metro and the Atlanta suburbs are growing because everyone's moving to Georgia for some reason, specifically Atlanta, the whole highway system appears to just be completely just overwhelmed by cars. Hi, I thought you died, lol. Now. No, not yet. I plan on it being quite a while before I die. I don't know exactly when, because I'm not really going to plan for it, but it should be quite a while from now. I'm hoping at least a few solid decades before that happens. We'll see. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. I did love Atlanta when I was there. It's really nice. I love Nashville too. Nashville's really nice. Nashville, Tennessee. A lot of good stuff there. Florida was nice too, but I don't know what it is about Florida, but because my mom's been trying to get me to move to Florida, and I'm just like, it just doesn't feel like home to me. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know if it's being in South Florida, because just South Florida just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like all the pastel houses and all the palm trees, but it just doesn't feel Doesn't feel home to me. Not to mention that it's South Florida, so everything is incredibly expensive because of how many people are moving to Miami. What do you like from Wendy's? Anything with a pretzel bun. Pretzel buns are so underrated. We need more pretzel buns in the world. What did someone say? Damn, a biggie bag. Have you tried the 2 new Baja flavors of Mountain Dew? I haven't been able to try them yet. Florida is the closest to my home state of Arizona. Yeah. Lol, do you have any Dirt Devil Swivel Glide parts? I do have a Dirt Devil I'll be selling soon. A Dirt Devil Swivel Glide Vision. Oh, wait a minute. I have a Dirt Devil Swivel Glide I'm selling. A green one. So yeah, if you want it, you can just buy the whole thing. In terms on how it looks. Which makes sense, yeah. It's really hot and there's a bunch of old people, so yeah. It's a hot place with a bunch of old people and a bunch of Latinos. So I mean, that's Florida and Arizona are pretty similar in that regard. Can you run the 2692, please? I don't have that anymore. I mean, I do, but the motor's shot, and I'm not running vacuums on a stream. I don't know why people want me to do that. That 2692 is not going to be ran on a video anymore. It's junked. What is your favorite vacuum? Bissell Power Glide Ultra and Phantom Fury. Those are my 2 favorite vacuums. As far as modern vacuum, my favorite modern vacuum right now, my favorite upright vacuum right now is the Ball Animal 3. In terms on how it looks, yeah. Ooh, do you still sell an OfferUp? No, I don't sell an OfferUp at all anymore because I sold Dylan the Dyson DC07 All Floors, and OfferUp is refusing to pay me for it. They've just taken my money and ran. And what's worse is they took away the option of me being able to refund Dylan, so I can't even refund Dylan and then just give, have him Venmo me the money instead, or something else. So I don't have the money from the Dyson. Dylan does not have the money to pay me twice for it, which is understandable. And so yeah, OfferUp fucked me over and took my money. I'm officially done on OfferUp. I'm not selling anything on OfferUp. So if you want to buy a vacuum, I'll be selling it to you on Facebook Marketplace. That's how it's going to be. And I'm not selling any more vacuums right now until I get more boxes, because I need a box to ship a vacuum. So I need to get some more boxes. And once I do, you'll get the Swivel Glide. Assuming you want it. Because I still have that green Swivel Glide. I cleaned it up a little bit, but it's really bad. But I don't want to fuck with it. So if you want to fuck with it and clean it up and get it all nice and fancy and clean out the motor and all that, be my guest. Because you're welcome to. And I still need to do a video on the Swivel Glide Vision. I've had that thing for like 3 years, and I keep forgetting to do a video on. I know there's one person that's like, this is my dream vacuum, so I've been meaning to fix it so I can sell it to them. Because I don't know of anyone else that has one. But I keep forgetting to. What did you like about school as a teen? Not a lot. Especially when I was in Missouri. Here in Illinois, it's a lot better, but mainly better because people didn't call me a faggot every 14 seconds. But, it is what it is. Because people are actually nice here at the school where I live. I mean, other than the person that brought a gun to school, but everyone else was nice. I just realized I'm actually wearing the shirt from that event. Oh well. But yeah, so let's see. Can you ship through Facebook? Also, whatever happened to the red twin chamber I wanted? I still have the twin chamber. I just haven't put a cord on it yet. I haven't gotten around to it. I'm sorry about that. It's just been sitting upstairs, and I haven't done any work to it yet. I just have not had the energy to work. I'm just gonna be really brutally honest. I have not had the energy to fix a lot of vacuums recently, so that's why a lot of them have sat for a long time. So I just haven't yet gone through the effort of stripping it apart to put a new cord on it, but I do still have it. And yes, it's still the case that it's always been, where if I decide to sell it, it's yours. What's your favorite grade? Oh, God, I don't really want to pick one. I guess senior year, but I don't know. Actually, not really, because I don't know. I don't really want to think about that right now. But I appreciate the question. my girlfriend, lol. I had one of those. Didn't go very well. I always hate saying that, though, because then people are like, is that why you're gay? I'm like, no, dipshit. It was because I was fucking autistic and I didn't know how to fucking communicate with people, so the relationship fell apart because we didn't know how to make it work because both of us sucked at talking to each other. Which is kind of important if you're going to work in a relationship. I still liked her. She still was nice and everything. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure she's a lot happier wherever she is now. Although I don't know where she is because she doesn't have any social media. What are you going to do with the 2692? Throw it away? Just asking. I'll probably just throw it away at some point. Right now I'm using it as an outside vacuum, so whenever I want to like after we mow the yard or something, I'll vacuum off the actual deck. Not deck. I don't have a deck. I wish I did. Porch, back porch. I guess I can do a back porch vacuuming video where there's no carpet on it, it's just concrete. A beater vac. Yeah, basically. Quite literally, I beat the shit out of it. So those two power forces that I did a video on that were completely trashed, those I just broke and threw away. I just smashed them. Because they're not fucking worth anything. They're not worth fixing. There's no real use in keeping them. So I smashed them into a million pieces so that way whenever I rent another dumpster, they'll be easy to throw away. That's all there is to it. That's okay. Depressing is the leader of my life now, so no worries. How do ship vacs now? No worries how to ship vacs now. Hey man, if you ever need it, I mean, Mason, you know my door's open. You know we've talked quite a number of times, so if you need anybody to talk to, feel free to reach out. Let's see. Oh, more people messaging me. Here's what I was talking about in chat. Oh, an easy vac. That's not an express, that's an easy vac. I've been meaning to get one of those easy vacs again. But that's cool. But when I say meaning to get one, I don't, you know, if I find one locally, I'll grab it. I'm not going to buy one and have it shipped. That's just too much work for one of those. Oh wait, I just remembered I already had some a while ago. For some reason I never reviewed them. I had 2 of them, but I sold them both. What vacuum is the best? That's a loaded question. Like, just in general, like, out of the new ones that I've tried, like, I don't know. That's always such a loaded question. What is the best vacuum? I mean, best is relative. Which one, the stick vac or the crappy compact? Huh? Stick vac or the crappy compact? What do you mean? Oh, the easy vac I just mentioned? It's the, Oh, yeah, because I forgot there was a white Bissell easy vac. No, it's not one of those. It's one of the new ones. It's the compact. The first generation, basically, of the Power Force compact, not the white one. I do want to get the white one, the white easy vac stick vac, because I had one of those as a kid, and I really want another one. I know I can talk to you, but I'm doing okay. Honestly, I've had ups and downs my whole life. Meds don't fix everything. What can I say? Yeah, that's true. Look, I'm upset because I literally had a doctor's appointment for the first time. I haven't been to the doctor in like 6 years. And there's a lot wrong with me, obviously. I'm not on any... I have all sorts of problems. I'm on the autism spectrum. I obviously have ADHD. I obviously have some form of PTSD. I obviously have anxiety. The only one I'm officially diagnosed with is the autism and the Asperger's, which is now just called high functioning. I think it's called autism spectrum disorder now. They don't call it Asperger's because the person that it was named after was apparently like some Nazi asshole. Whatever. But all those other things, common sense tells me I have all of that stuff. Probably different mixes of those different things. And I'm just over here raw dogging life. The only medication that I take is my back is hurting too much, or I'll pop an ibuprofen or 2, and that's about it. So I've been meaning to, because my whole outlook on it, for me personally, obviously everyone's different. If you want to be medicated, that's fine. But my whole thing is I really would rather just go to therapy first. I'd rather deal with my mental issues first before dealing with my physical issues, because that's the way to do it. Because if you have a lot of un if you have a lot of untreated or ignored mental issues, and like stress and a lot of those things, those can manifest into physical ailments as well. So that's why I think it's important to address the mental issues first prior to the physical, because addressing the mental health can actually improve your physical health as well if the things happen to be correlated. So it's basically like it's basically like the equivalent of like uh, patching up your tire from a bunch of nail holes versus actually replacing the tire. You can patch it, but that's ultimately not going to be as well. Actually, that's a really bad analogy. That doesn't make any sense. Ah, I can't think of. It's like, I don't know. I can't think of a good analogy, but you get what I'm saying. Since they're correlated, you ideally, now obviously not everyone has the access to medicine in this country to be able to actually get what they need, but in an ideal world, if you were able to get help for both physically and mentally, you'd want to address the mental issues first, in my opinion, at least for me, because the physical ailments are not all that serious, at least let's hope not, and also because they are correlated. So addressing your mental health will make the physical ailments not be as noticeable because you'd be a lot happier. And so it is what it is. You still got the green and blue Hoover Cyclonic? I think so. That was in the basement, so it's probably broke. That's the best way to handle it. I agree. I don't mind saying this stuff on here because it's more common than I want to believe. I tried mental therapy. The guy made it worse. Oh no, that's not good. See, the problem is that therapy doesn't work for everybody. And it's not even always a matter of therapy in general doesn't work for them, but it could just be that the specific therapist or psychologist that they had just wasn't very effective. Because people forget that you need to be able to get along with your therapist just the same way you need to get along with anybody else in your life for the relationship to work. And I feel like a lot of people put too much pressure on them when some therapists just don't work with certain people. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like therapists sometimes might not, now this is just speculation, but I wonder if some therapists might not want to admit that because maybe they would see that as reflecting on their skills, but I don't even know if that's true. But if that is the case, then I would seriously doubt that would be the case. But I don't know. Hoover sleeping with the fishes. Yeah. Tip for you, the car wash park and the big club. I don't care about fucking car washes. So you want to wait excess parts to come through. My dog has a broken paw and has to not walk for 2 to 4 weeks. Oh no, that's not good. Great guy, I just don't know how to work with him. See, exactly. Like, you just sometimes don't know how to work with certain people. So, but my point in bringing all that up was that I had a doctor's appointment and I thought it was scheduled for Friday the 15th, but I got a call and my phone marked it as spam. It said it was spam and I didn't get they didn't leave a voicemail. So I didn't think to pick it up, plus I was asleep at the time, and apparently it was confirming my appointment, which is apparently necessary for you to actually go to it, even though I already scheduled it for a specific time on a specific day for a reason. So I'm not sure what to do now. Like, do I call that number back and hope that somebody picks up instead of an automated response? I don't know. So I'm going to try to go, but I don't know if, I don't know what they're going to tell me if I go there. Hopefully it'll just be like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal, or worst case scenario. But my fiance was like, yeah, they'll probably reschedule you. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. I'm like, great, I'll put this off for even longer. But then again, now that I think about it, that's probably a good thing because realistically, if I see anybody, I'm going to have, even though I have insurance, I'm going to have some sort of copay because fuck this country. And, or I should clarify, fuck this country's broken healthcare system. Even if you have insurance, you still have to pay for shit. What the fuck is the point of having insurance? But yeah, so it's. Then again, I don't know because, like, I don't know. So I guess it's probably good. I probably should wait until I have some money in my account anyway. So if that way, if they need to charge me for something, I'll have the money in hand instead of having to charge it and risk it fucking up my credit. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. Why is there a fly on the mirror? That's stupid. Go away, asshole. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's see. What does Ruby like to do with you? Be a crackhead? She likes belly rubs. She'll run around the house, and one thing that she loves to do is whenever I'm sleeping in bed, because I sleep on my side, so a lot of times she'll lay at the end of the bed and rest her head on my feet or on my legs. Basically use my legs as a pillow. That's one thing she does. It's very cute. But yeah, that's about that. She also, since Boots had babies and since Ruby had 2 litters of puppies herself, she'll often like watch over Boots and make sure, and sometimes she'll even help her clean the babies. It's really cute. So she's obviously like, hey, can I help? I've gone through this before. I can help you. And Boots lets her because she understands. She was around whenever she had her puppies, so she understands. She's just helping her sister out, and that's really sweet. So can't go wrong with that. Wait, what kittens? Oh yeah, because Boots, our cat, one of our 2 cats, just had kittens. She had 4 of them. 2 of each gender. So that's fun. She had them about a week ago at this point. What did I do? You didn't say anything. Are you gonna keep all the kittens? Oh, okay. No, we're not gonna keep any of them. In fact, Riley wants to keep one, but I don't want to keep any of them. So ideally, if we can find homes for all 4 kittens, then we'll do that. Dude, you gotta clean off that end table, man. That's not my end table. That's my fiance's end table. For whatever reason, he refuses to pick up all of his cans, and I'm not sure why it is. I used to clean them up, but now I'm like, hey, my side is clean, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, do not contribute to the bug problem that we already have. understand if you forget sometimes, but if you forget to throw them away at night, then do it in the morning when you wake up. It's not like you're not going to see them. I wake up, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to grab my phone off my charger. Oh, look, there's all these cans. I'm going to throw them away. Also, did you see my Discord DM? You'd like it, most likely. I don't think I did. Hope they get nice homes. Yeah. We have quite a few friends, and by we I mean Riley has quite a few friends that will probably want them, because I don't have any friends, but he has a good number of friends that will probably want one. I think already both of the girls are claimed and one of the boys are claimed, but you know, I don't know, which is probably another reason why I'm leaning towards rehoming all of them, because if we were going to keep one, I'd want to keep a girl, because having a male in the house with 2 females is not a good idea. So I would want them all to be female. It's a Phantom Fury SE for sale. Oh yeah, I've seen that on eBay for a long time, but I'd buy it if the shipping was cheaper, because I'm not paying $200 for a Fury when most of that money is going to go towards shipping. If they lowered the shipping to like $40, like a reasonable amount for shipping, I'd easily buy it. But I'm not paying $130 for shipping on a $100 vacuum. For a while, the vacuum was $200, but they lowered the price. Ow! Fuck. I need a guitar pick, but I don't have one, so I'm just using my fingernail. I don't know where my guitar pick is. I need to get one. Damn it. Worst vacuum is Dirt Devil. Worst vacuum is Dyson DC50. Have you tried bacon wrapped scallops? I don't like scallops. Bacon wrapped shrimp is good. Let's see. You saw the Bissell Heavy Duty with the super stiff brush roller. I don't have that thing. I haven't had that thing in years. I got rid of that shortly after I got it. So I don't have that heavy duty anymore. Movie suggestions, Real Steel. I don't watch movies, nor do I have HBO Max. It's $89. Dirt Devil Power Max. Yep, piece of shit. Wait, what's $89? Oh, the Phantom? Yeah, no, but the shipping is $100. Last I checked, it was $118. Even if it was $89 for both, that's still $200. Let's see. Why is my vision going out? I really need a new prescription. Kirby's are a joke. No, he doesn't. Best vacuum is Shark. Shipping. Why? Agreed. I need to get an eye exam. So actually, that's what I'm probably going to do whenever I get paid for this Dyson. I'm going to get an eye exam. What nicknames did you hate as a kid? I never had a nickname. I actually tried to have people call me a nickname, and it never worked. Do you still have your Bissell Easy Vac? I just answered that question. No, I don't. Let's see. Do you have a Bissell Liftoff? Nope. I like Kirby Sharks and Hoovers a lot. Can you stop asking random questions? I like Kirby's too. These are stupid questions, lol. Whose Xbox is that behind you? That's my Xbox. I like Sharks, Hoovers, Bissells, and Ricard. Do you still have your Bissell Easy Vac? Nope. I figured the pop was yours because you drink it like it's out of style. If you actually pay attention, those are all diet, and I don't drink diet sodas. How did you get Ruby? I think, I'm pretty sure Riley told me that our piece of shit ex-roommate is that he got it for her, but she ended up not wanting her, so then he took her, the dog. From my understanding, that's how it happened. And then the fact that we're still taking care of two of her dogs doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I keep trying to, like, you know, tell her, like, hey, this is not okay, but Riley's like, no, don't do that. Because before it was, well, we can't do that because she's angry, so, you know, we don't want to make her upset. And then now it's, oh, well, now she's happy, so we can't do it because we don't want to make her unhappy. And it's like, I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm glad that she's happy, but she treated me like shit for years. Hasn't been the slightest been thankful when I've, you know, given her free transportation, free housing, you know, for however long, and, you know, I don't know. It's just there's really nothing she can do that I'm aware of that would make it right, especially since she's not even trying. She doesn't care, so yeah. I'm very happy for her. I'm glad she found somebody, but once her dogs are out of here, I want nothing to do with her. And I hope she can respect that. But Riley obviously doesn't. Because if someone treats your partner like shit, you really should cut them off. But, nope. Whatever. Just kind of feels shitty when, you know, the only fucking, you know, like pretty much the only friend that you have, you know, just prioritizes an abuser over their own partner. It's just Just, it's not right. It's not right. I don't get it. But it is what it is. She's really not capable of taking care of an animal anyways. Hopefully that's changed now that she's is in a lot better place mentally. But I just hope they find a place. I was told that they would find a place, but I haven't heard anything back, so because they're trying to find a place that allows pets, and their current place doesn't allow it, which is understandable. I've tried to help them find a place, but every place that they try ends up not working out, which is really unfortunate, but that's just how it is nowadays. It's really hard to find a place. That's why I'm really thankful that we got lucky and found this place. Because our landlord told us that he's never raising the rent on this place, which is a fucking godsend. I just hope he stays true to that. Because that would be great. Because my YouTube revenue is not keeping up with this inflation by any stretch of the imagination. And that really sucks. What is happening? No, I don't like Minecraft. My grandma found a Dyson V6 Origin in the garbage. You already said that. Let's see. Lol. Dirt Devil is ass. Yeah, they're not good. All Dirt Devils are good. Yeah, they're okay. I don't like Minecraft. What would you do if someone hurt Ruby for no reason? Disembowel them with a wooden cooking spoon? You have a missed call from Leo. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna end this stream in probably right now, because I gotta go pick up my roommate. He was hanging out with somebody, and he's ready to come home now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this stream. Just almost a right number, anyways. I sold that ice ball animal for $80 today. Was Ruby the same dog that she peed on the vacuum? No, Ruby doesn't pee on anything. It's Cooper that pees on all the vacuums. And Cooper's the ex-roommate's dog, along with Diamond. So, we try to keep them away from all of them, but sometimes they'll still get through. See ya, Chance. Yep, see ya, Rick. You have a great rest of your night. Everyone who's watching this, have a great rest of your night. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And if not, then subscribe anyways, and hit the bell icon, like this video whenever it goes up, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a good one. Like I said, next video will either be the Kenmore review or vacuum save. We'll see how that goes. I'm planning on tomorrow's video being the Kenmore, but subscribe if you want to see what it is and watch it. So, this is Intelitech Studio signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you all have a good one. Peace. Oh, I'll answer this question really quick. How long have you liked vacuums? Well, the first vacuum that I ever repaired was in 2005. That was Abyssal Cleanview, and Cleanview 1. And let me think. I've always liked vacuums. The story of how I actually got into liking vacuums is pretty interesting. So I'll tell the abridged version of that story real quick. But I was born premature. I was actually born premature by 3 months. So in order for me to survive, because my lungs were not fully developed, not even close, they were actually so underdeveloped that they were invisible on an X-ray. So what happened is they had to manually keep me breathing by essentially putting me in a giant version of I don't think schools do this anymore, but when I was a kid, whenever I was in school, our class on one of the lower grades would take care of baby chickens and, like, put them in an incubator and, let them develop until they hatch. But So basically, I was in like the baby equivalent of that, because I was technically not even supposed to be a baby yet. I was supposed to be, still a developing fetus, because 3 months is a good long bit of underdevelopment. So it's a medical miracle as to how I survived. But I remember when I was a kid, looking back on pictures of me whenever I was in the hospital, and whenever I was in that aforementioned incubator with the tubes going down my throat helping me breathe. And I don't know if little me just like psychologically associated those tubes with like a vacuum hose, and then sort of thought of that as life, essentially, because that is what was giving me life. But I don't know. But that presumably is my explanation of it, of how I started working on vacuums, because like, hey, these things are pretty interesting. The hoses remind me of the tubes that was down my throat helping me breathe whenever I was a baby, and looking at all those pictures. So that's kind of how I started messing around with people's vacuums and stuff. People let you do it. If it's their old vacuum, and it'd be like, just every time I'd go to like one of my mom's friend's house or one of my dad's friend's houses, I'd grab their vacuum and start playing with it, usually messing with the hose and all that. So it was like a dirt double swivel glide or something. I'd grab the hose, or my mom's Eureka Whirlwind at the time. I'd grab the hose and pull it off and stretch it out and play with it. And then I actually started using them, vacuuming like normally. And so I started vacuuming more and more, and then somehow I got the idea to try to fix a vacuum. I think it was my dad actually that started it, because I'm pretty sure, because we had our neighbor across the street who was a good friend of my dad at the time, and he had his own kids too, so I played with them all the time at the time. And I don't know if I asked to fix his vacuum, or if he said like, hey, I know your kid likes vacuums, do you want to play with this one since it's broken and I'm going to throw it away anyways. I don't know what the story was behind it. I'm very unaware of the details. But somehow I ended up getting the vacuum, and I fixed it. I cleaned out the brush roller. I cleaned up all the filters. I cleaned it off, wiped it down with disinfecting wipes. I'm a 5, maybe 6-year-old kid. I'm pretty sure I was 5. I could have been 6, but I'm pretty sure I was 5. And because I believe it was 2005 or 6. I want to say 5. I could be wrong about that. But either way, I'm still like 5 or 6 years old, because I know it was before I went to kindergarten. So, and I just fixed his vacuum, gave it back to him, and he was really impressed. It was working for quite a while. Like about a week later, he clogged it again and just threw it away, and it got destroyed, which is kind of a dick move. I don't know why he wouldn't just give it back to me and be like, here, keep it. Because I know my dad wouldn't have objected to that. That would have at the time been my only vacuum. So I don't know why he didn't do that, but for whatever reason he didn't. And yeah, that's how I started fixing vacuums. So I fixed that one. Bissels at the time were super common still. Those styles, they were still brand new. People were still buying them, using them for a bit and throwing them away. So I started eventually buying them from thrift stores with my allowance money, and fixing them up and keeping them, usually selling them, giving them away. Because at the time my dad was pretty strict on how many I could keep. And my mom I don't think my mom was interested in me keeping a lot of vacuums either, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe she didn't care. I don't remember, honestly. And so yeah, that's basically the story of how I started fixing vacuums. So yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next. I need to go. This guy's waiting on me. So I'll see you guys in the next stream and or video, and I hope you all have a good one. Peace.